Hey guys, this is Nathan from RunDreamAchieve.com. Hope you guys are having a great week. Doing a little traveling, so got about a 5-hour drive, a little over 5 hours drive back to South Bend. But I've gotten a lot of questions last week about doing double runs and how to set up training in regards to that. Definitely a great topic. Double runs for sure can get the job done if you've built up that strong base of mileage first. You know, over the years too, when I was training for the marathon, I would do numerous double runs each week, and it's not something you're gonna just immediately jump into doing, of course. A lot of you know this, a lot of you are very skilled and have a vast background in the sport, so you understand this. But in terms of setting up your training, the things that I thought that worked the best for me over the years was first having a plan in place, not rushing the process. You do not want to try doing double runs when you're not very physiologically fit. Okay, you definitely have to build that base of mileage first. Focus on building a base, a foundation of your training before you start focusing on doing double runs. So don't be in a rush in regards to putting in double workouts numerous times a week. It takes time, it takes effort, a great deal of patience on the part of the athlete. But double runs for sure, you're gonna get more physiological benefits from doing one run, okay? Because I have had this topic, I've heard about this topic before, and Dr. Joe Vigil, who's one of the most well-respected exercise physiologists, has answered this question too in the past about doing double runs. Is doing 2 runs better than doing 1 run? His answer was, physiologically, you're going to get more of a huge physiological boost from doing one single tempo run or long run rather than doing 2 runs. But at the same time, you're still going to get a great deal of benefit from doing double runs as well. So everybody's viewpoint in regards to this is going to be different. In terms of doing double runs, when we talk about doing double runs in this topic, I think about doing, you know, and what I've done over the years too, is where you do a tempo run, say a tempo run in the AM, focusing on, again, what I talk about in other videos, focus on first adapting to a specific stress in terms of duration of your tempo run first. Adapt to that level. So if it's a 3-mile tempo run in the morning or 4-mile tempo run in the morning, and that's as far as you can go until you adapt to that particular effort and that duration of your run, then do that for 3 to 4 weeks. Allow your body time to adapt to that length of workout first, and then do an easy 3 to 4 miles in the evening. So that's just an example of doing a double run. As you get fitter and you've built that base of mileage that I talk about, you've focused on just relaxed, easy jogging, relaxed, easy running for 4 to 6 weeks. Then you start into that 16-week block of training. Then start focusing on doing longer tempo runs in the morning, or if you prefer to do an easy 5 to 6 miles in the morning and then doing a tempo run in the evening, you can do that. Okay, that's one example of doing double runs, or just doing 2, an AM run and a PM run. The training plans and running courses that I have on RunDreamAchieve.com are that we do build on doing double runs. We focus on focus on building a strong base, a strong foundation of mileage first. Then you can do that. You can do double runs, and it's very difficult to do very high mileage. If you're focusing on higher volume, you do have to build in double runs into your training plan to get that volume. Like when I was, my highest weekly volume, I got up to 142 miles a week. And that is very difficult to achieve if you're doing it on single runs. And again, I wish I could have done that on doing single runs, but in terms of your recovery, you do have to build in doing single effort, single workouts, and then double runs, double workouts during your week. But you have to have a plan in place. plan your work, work your plan. It's much easier to invest in a course or invest in a training plan where you know that the athlete that's built that, you know, in terms of my background, you know, what I've run in the efforts and specific times I've run over the years doesn't do anything for you as an athlete. It's that expertise, it's what I've been taught from some of the world's top distance running coaches, exercise physiologists, and the background that I've learned in expertise that I've learned from the athletes I've trained with. I've been very fortunate to train with some of the world's top distance, not just distance runners, but middle distance runners, sub 4-minute milers, sub 2:10 marathoners, who all, in terms of the marathoners and long distance runners, we all focused on doing double runs. So you got to maximize the time that you have during the week. If you're working a full-time job, if you're raising kids, or you're in school, you have to manage your time, and you can build that time. You can work around what you have to do during the week, but you have to be motivated. It's not going to be easy preparing for any type of race. You have to be willing to go out and do those double runs, whether that's an easy AM run, and then before work you come home, you get the kids ready for bed, or you get your homework done, or whatever you got to do, and then you go out and you do that PM run. At the end of the day, your results are going to come down to how badly you want success, period. There's no easy way to success, regardless of what you're doing. It doesn't matter if you're training for middle distance racing, or training for marathons, or trying to build a business. Whatever you got to do, you have to be consistent on a persistent basis and do it over a long period of time. You cannot just be lukewarm, one toe in, one toe out. Okay, it's the most successful people that I've known over the years and I've studied. These individuals want success. They're not just tiptoeing through the tulips expecting great results. So when it comes to double runs, if you want to get better results, again, I always reiterate this: do not focus so much on your volume and quantity. Focus on the quality of the workouts you're doing. So if you can only do one double runs, doing doing 2 workouts per day once a week, then so be it. Maximize the time that you have. Again, you want to focus on, if you're going to do a double run, you can do 2 easy runs a couple times a week if that works best for you. But again, if you're trying to run fast over a specific distance, you have to spend time training well below that goal race pace. Get that goal race pace to feel more moderate rather than redlining early. You don't want to become anaerobic too soon in a race, or especially in the early stages of a race. Okay, so when I did double runs over the years, it was mainly about trying to I was focused on volume, but I was also doing workouts that were much faster than the race pace that I was trying to hold for my chosen distance or my chosen event. So I would do track sessions in the morning, if that means doing repeat miles or repeat Ks in the morning, and then doing an easy, relaxed jog, a few miles or a few kilometers in the evening. You can do that. And again, if you're trying to build high mileage and you're trying to stay consistent on building a high volume, then you do have to do double runs, and you can do that a couple times per week. Again, whether that's doing a track session in the morning and then a few easy miles or easy kilometers in the evening, or doing a longer tempo run in the AM and then doing a long run or a few miles easy run in the evening, you can do that. So just have a plan in place, and don't be in a rush with this. Double runs is a great tactic in terms of getting not only volume, but being able to build up that stamina and strength that you're going to need for your race. And again, you can get great results on just volume, and you don't necessarily need speed workouts. Again, we're all different. There's some athletes that get better results just on building volume and doing high mileage. So you can get great results on doing high mileage and very little speed work if that works best for you. And I've known a lot of athletes over the years that get great results on just volume. And whereas there's other athletes like myself, I needed to do a combination of low mileage, high mileage, as well as speed work. And I focused a great deal on my leg speed because I only knew, you know, I had a very minimal amount of fast twitch muscle fibers just based on my strengths as an athlete. So I was always working on my speed and on working on form. And so you do want to spend time training well below your goal race pace. So mix in doing double runs. I would recommend doing 2 double runs per week. And so like early morning do a speed session, and then in the evening do an easy, a second easy run of anywhere from 5 kilometers to 6 or 10 to 10 kilometers. And then the second double run in the week, do 2 runs, do 2 easy runs. Easy, whether that's like an easy 5 to 6 miler in the morning and then another easy 4 to 7 miles in the evening, you can do that. So again, the main recommendation I have for you guys and gals out there is just stay focused, stay, focused on what you want to do in the sport. Don't be in a rush. Allow your body time to adapt to the stresses that you're throwing at it. The body always adapts to the stress that we throw at it, but we have to have a plan in place, and you cannot rush the process. It takes anywhere from 3 to 4 weeks for your body to adapt to any stress load that you're throwing at it. So again, when it comes down to putting in double runs, be patient with yourself. Don't beat yourself up when you're having bad workouts or bad races. It's part of the process to success. It's not, we do not get great results in middle to long distance running overnight. So, and in terms of building the stamina and the strength and the fitness that comes into doing double runs, you do have to know that it's going to be a challenge. You're not going to just get to, in a matter of a couple weeks, get to a point where you can do a couple double workouts each day and expect that to feel great. You're going to feel sore, you're going to feel tired, you're going to start questioning yourself. So again, that's why I always talk about build that foundation of mileage first. Build up that endurance where you're not focusing so much on anaerobic work, you're focusing on just building easy aerobic training, and then start focusing on doing track sessions, longer tempo runs, longer long runs, faster long runs, and then doing those double runs where you're focusing on doing 2 workouts in a day. So I hope this video is helpful for you. Feel free to leave me a comment or any other questions or concerns that you have, whether when it comes to double runs, if I didn't cover a specific area that you have or a specific question that you have in regards to doing double workouts. Again, double runs and double workouts, and doing double training in a day definitely comes into play when you're wanting to do higher volume and you're focusing on, because it's much easier to put in higher mileage when you're doing 2 workouts in a day. And again, over the years, I would do anywhere from 2 to 3 double workouts in a day to get up to that point where I was doing up to 140 miles a week. But just to reiterate, I ran my 219 marathon on 85 to 90 miles a week. So I did get up to 140 miles a week, but I ran my best when I was not running at those types of volumes. So when you're focused on doing double runs, again, allow your body time to adapt. Make sure that you've put in that base, strong base of foundational mileage, and then start working into your anaerobic plan. And start building into that 16-week block of training where you're really focusing on a combination of running much faster than goal race pace. You're training at paces that are about 10 to 15 seconds slower than goal race pace. So that's preferably around your tempo effort, your anaerobic threshold effort, where the body is building up that lactic acid and you're spending longer periods of time training at that point where there's just enough lactic acid buildup. You're starting to feel uncomfortable, but you're still able to sustain the pace and clear that lactic acid faster than it's building up. So feel free to leave me any other comments or questions or concerns that you have about this topic in the comment section below. Hope you all have a great rest of your week, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.